In this video, we will have a look at 7 tips to ensure customer retention for Sorbet. Now, this is a lengthy review and why they would recover some retention tactics, and we will also have a look at a few benefits. But looking at this specific Sorbet review in Honeydew Village in Joburg, so this customer really thinks they need training from the receptionist to the consultants doing the treatments. So she wasn't sure who helped her, but she was rough, and in all her years of waxing, this was one worst experience that she ever had. They were full of attitude and then to intimidate her. And then they also mentioned that she was fast and then she's just so tired to help the customer. And then the consultant or the receptionist was so scared this customer isn't going to pay. In other words, this is a loyal customer that continues to return to Sorbet specifically because Sorbet has so many branches or franchises in various malls or shopping centers in South Africa. So at this stage, this loyal customer decided not to ever return to this company. So that is why Sorbet would need a retention tactics. And as I mentioned, let's have a look at a few benefits. So these are focused around relationship outcomes. And if we first look at the components of customer retention, we will have a look at customer satisfaction and loyalty, also referring to attitudinal and behavioral loyalty. So in this red highlighted satisfaction, this customer clearly wasn't satisfied with their experience. And being a loyal customer, this is really damaged. This relationship with the customer is damaged to the point that they left this review in public and decided to use rather a competitor. In terms of attitudinal and behavioral loyalty, since Sorbet might have been convenient, so they have a positive attitude towards Sorbet as a spa type experience, and now they developed a negative attitude towards them. In terms of behavior, maybe they only used Sorbet because it was conveniently located to them, so a close shopping center, and then they developed a relationship with this company and vice versa. But the customer relationship at the end of the day was damaged because of this experience. Now, the 7 tips we want to focus on is let's have a look at a few benefits of customer retention. First of all, you can increase your profitability up to 20% if you just service your existing customers and ensure they become satisfied and loyal. So that's a big thing of retaining customers, is to increase your profitability. Cost issues, likewise with profitability, it's a lot more expensive to gain new customers than it is to just service your existing ones. So there are several cost issues there. Just make sure you provide excellent customer service to existing Sorbet customers. Then you will increase your profitability and there won't be the cost issues of continuously trying to recruit new customers with specials, discounts, vouchers, and so on. That costs the company like Sorbet a lot of money. There's also a sales effect of loyal customers. This reviewer, for example, goes to Sorbet regularly for treatment, and there's a sales effect because they continue to Sorbet and not competitors. And therefore, they have more profits and more revenue from these customers. So loyal customers tend to spend more. But now it reached a point that this customer is no longer loyal. And then they need to focus on retaining this customer, otherwise they have cost implications. There's also an increase of brand equity. So this is the overall subjective evaluation of a customer. If they believe Sorbet is the company for them, they are satisfied with this brand, they will perceive it as their only option, for example, and also communicate this as a brand ambassador. So Sorbet is losing their brand equity because of all of these negative reviews. This is not the only negative review, there are so many. They also have a relatively low score on hellopizza.com. So if we have a look at the first 4 tips, it is the profitability, cost issues, sales effect of loyal customers, and also increasing your brand equity. Those are the benefits of retaining your customers, Sorbet, so maybe focus on doing that. The rest of the tactics, so 5, 6, and 7, is focusing on actually getting tactics into place to retain your customers. First of all, delight the customer. Provide them with excellent treatments and services, and don't be rude. Don't intimidate your customers. Don't ever give them the idea that you are tired. Just make sure that because this customer really mentioned that the consultants and the receptionist need some training. So from Sorbet management, perhaps you should consider providing a standard of service delivery across all branches, because this is not limited to the specific branch. Everyone complains about several other branches as well. So delight your customer and treat them fairly, treat them more than what they expect, and then they will be satisfied and become loyal. It's as simple as that. Then, knowing and measuring the current defection rate, as well as conducting research about reasons for customer defection. The reasons why this customer defected in the first place is clear in the review, and it's clear in all of the other reviews. So just conducting a secondary research, management or someone in Sorbet's management needs to get a research team going to sift through all of these reviews, because on hellopeter.com there is a reply for all of the reviews. So at least someone is acknowledging these issues, but nothing is being fixed. So they need to make sure they know the current defection rate in terms of a month-on-month basis. They know they have, for specific branch, let's simplify, 1,000 customers, but after 3 or 4 months, they only see 500, 400. It's starting to decline, and then obviously they can draw records for existing customers with declining appointments. Then they need to find out why. Okay, how do they find out why? Get the research team to conduct, first of all, a secondary analysis on the reviews, but also start collecting primary data to understand just quick feedback from your customer that didn't return after a few months or so. Find out what went wrong and try to get the calls out to them, finding out, okay, this is why we are seeing defections in our customer base. If they know that, they can fix those mistakes. For example, providing the training, making sure that the customers are treated well and not being intimidated, and so forth. The last step is to listen to your customers, and this is regarded by so many as the best way to reduce customer defections. First of all, another thing you need to consider is to apologize. Getting into the mode of fixing the situation as it happens. Don't wait a week or whatever. Talk to the customer immediately, and that is why those employees at the franchise need to be trained to deal with these customers. Strategies focused on communicating with them, acknowledging mistakes, and fixing them. For example, this customer could have been awarded a voucher to return and also receive an apology from the manager, for example, because this customer is really, really disappointed and angry. So management needs to be on the premises, or at least someone being able to contact them, getting information ready, and then apologizing, acknowledging mistakes, listening to what went wrong. For example, this customer mentioned they were rough and they weren't as professional. So then this person, the consultant doing the treatment, needs a talking to by the manager to ensure that they ease up on their approach and regularly checking in with the customer as they are performing the treatments to make sure they are comfortable and happy as they are receiving the treatment. Listening is so important, because once you know what the customers are complaining about, then you can fix it on a one-on-one basis or the overall mistakes. And this links with also reading about the reviews online. Customers don't necessarily complain on the spot. They will go to social media and public sites. And that is why Sorbet really needs to focus on reading these reviews and also listening to when they do speak up. So hopefully these 7 tactics can help you in your business, and making sure that you at least use these 3 tactics to delight them, because then they won't defect. And if you listen to them, they also won't defect, and that way you will retain your customers. So thanks for watching this video, and I hope you can use this, or I hope at least this was useful to your organization.